Triumph just dropped the TF450E, but nobody really knows what it is. Is it a purpose-built race bike, or is it a dual sport in disguise? That's what I want to know, and that's what we're going to find out. I just got an awesome deal on this brand new 2026 Triumph 450E from Moto United in St. George, Utah. I was really torn between this model and their MX version, the RC, but I decided to go with the E, the Enduro model, because there was so little information out there, and I felt like this was a great opportunity to share what I learned and take you through the process of going from a stock off the showroom floor bike to a race ready rig that I'm going to do 24 plus races on in the next year. So first, I'm going to take you out on my break-in ride and my first couple rides with the bike 100% stock. I'll give you my impressions and I'll answer some of the questions that the limited information that's online right now poses. Like, is this more of a trail bike than a race bike? What is the wide ratio transmission like? Does the longer rear swing arm make a difference? Is the suspension as good as the normal KYB that we know? One of my biggest questions is this more of a Yamaha WR, or is it more like the Yamaha 450FX? I am super curious to see, and I'm really excited to take you along for these next couple rides while it's completely stock. I know I'm going to be adding my race goodies like mousses and some other essentials, but for now, we're just going to go ride it as is. All right, my immediate first impression is it's really quiet. My next immediate impression is the tires are way too hard. So far, the suspension feels good in the rocks. The tires feel so rock hard and sketchy. The headlight is surprisingly good. Second gear is not bad for climbing. It's not too high. It seems like it's pretty nicely spaced out. And that concludes the very first break-in ride. My first impressions are that this bike is a good balance between the motocrossers with the bigger tank and the 18-inch tire and the dual sports that are fully off-road and fully different chassis and suspension. Nasty cut wash. That's a good time to talk about suspension. One of the things that drew me to this bike was kind of the combination of like KTM Husqvarna-esque engine characteristic and KYB smooth buttery Yamaha-esque suspension. I'm 156 pounds with no clothes, and I couldn't get the sag to go deep enough with the stock spring before I lost tension on the spring, loosening it up. So my sag is right now sitting at like 95, and it's supposed to be 102 according to the manual. But honestly don't feel like I'm riding Stinkbug. And I did set the sag after only 2 hours on it, so maybe it's just gonna still loosen up. I'll check it after this 3-hour ride today. But even with not having the sag exactly right, it still feels awesome. The suspension feels really good. Things I've had issues with so far. The first one is the dumbest one. This bike comes with a European style kickstand that auto retracts the second that the bike moves. Like, you can't scoot it, you can't do anything without that kickstand flipping straight up, and then you better be ready to catch it. And I had an extension cord running under the bike across the garage, tripped on the extension cord. It pulled the kickstand out from under the bike, and the bike tipped over, and the freaking fitting on the bottom of the gas tank that goes to the injector fell on my daughter's bicycle and broke. And it wasn't even like a all the way hard fall. It sure wasn't a race speed crash. It just tipped over and broke and then spewed fuel out the second I tried to start it. So I had this brand new bike that I couldn't ride for more than a week because I had to wait for that freaking part. Eventually, Moto United in St. George pulled that part off of the bike on the showroom floor so that I could keep practicing. Those guys are super helpful and awesome. The world's loosest track. Alright, I've put this thing through its paces completely stock. And I've ridden it on hill climbs, sand washes, mini moto track, and lots of single track. And I can say that at first I really didn't think that this fit into either category. The race bike category, as far as we know it, the way that the Honda RX and the Yamaha FX and the KTM XCF all fit. Those are all motocross bikes with a big tank and an 18-inch rear. But I also at first just really felt like this didn't fit into the category of a dual sport, where it's got a stuffed up motor, tamed down engine, super soft suspension. I was like, man, this bike really is stuck in the middle. But as I've tested it and compared it to other 450s I've ridden lately, I really do feel like it pulls harder than a dual sport. And I feel like the changes they've made with the swing arm and having the 6-speed transmission really puts it in that sweet spot of this is a competition race bike, but it has a real off-road design that puts it in a category of its own, in my eyes, better than the XCF and the FX and the RX, because it's got the wide ratio transmission, the big tank, the 18-inch rear, but it pulls like a race 450. So I'm really excited to continue to develop this bike. I'm taking it racing this weekend. So this is the last time we're gonna see it stock. I'm literally gonna pull the headlight off right now. It's getting a number plate, all new graphics, and we are taking this bad boy racing. So I am gonna produce a video of the little nitpicky things that I wish I could change, and really like the pros and cons of this bike, but we'll save that for the next video. If you're enjoying this content or you want to learn more about this bike, I'm planning on putting plenty of content out, like how to do certain maintenance and different things, how it rides, what I'm finding works in my races. So all in all, please stay tuned. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and watch our website, altermoto.com, for more off-road racing tips, especially in the nutrition area. Big thanks to Moto United in St. George for taking care of me with this bike. I know they'll take care of you, so if you're looking for a TF 450E, they have them on the showroom floor down there. They also have the RX model and a bunch of other rad Triumphs and Indians and all the cool stuff from Polaris and Can-Am. So check them out, and we'll see you in the next one.